Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant, and welcome back to AM2R. Last time, we actually started all the way down here, I think. We got a bit sidetracked, to say the least. There's still quite a bit for us to do down there, but in the meantime, we're all the way back up on the surface investigating... I forget if it's the rescue team's ship or the research team's ship, but it's somebody's ship, and things are not going well. Everything is dead, except whatever is in here. Oh, it didn't even spawn a hitbox until now? What a joke. Meet Genesis, an ambush predator. This blind animal is adapted to hunt in the dark, relying on specialized senses to stalk prey. Its body offers little protection and will attempt to conceal itself in the shadows as a result. Its acidic blood is used as a projectile via auto-hemorrhaging. The Genesis naturally hunts in groups, making it a highly successful species with little need to evolve. Its DNA suggests it belongs to the oldest living lineage on SR-388, granting its name. I do not remember coming in contact with this when I played Fusion, but that's presumably the game that it originated from, and I don't recall you being able to, or, like, it wasn't a forced encounter, it was something that you may have a chance of missing? I'm not 100% certain if I ran into it during the LP, and if I did, please correct me, but I think I would have remembered seeing something like this. But generally what you want to do is stay away from its acid sprays. It'll crawl along the ceiling to catch up with you more often than not. And there go my supers. Oh, I was one hit away from killing him too. So again, another one of those guys that feeds off of the atmosphere of AM2R, with the dark room you can't see, panicking. This game handled the atmosphere so well. I mean, the remake especially, considering that this area simply was not here in the original. But that energy tank was the last of what was here to be collected. Unfortunately, we have no rescue team to rescue, so we're just going to head all the way back down into the planet. And I guess I'll meet you guys... Oh, I have a long ways to backtrack wherever the heck we're going. Maybe I'll go back up to the Golden Temple and see what we can do there that we weren't able to do before. So I'll meet you over there somewhere. Now, you may remember where we fought the Ancient Guardian, all the way over here. We opened up the ceiling and showed you that there was a missile up there that we were able to get before. There was also a power bomb door over here, which can lead to, you guessed it, more power bombs. Forget if there's anything else nearby. It doesn't look like it. I guess I'll meet you over there somewhere then. So you may remember, and I suppose I can clear these guys out while I'm here. This is another one of those rooms that had a locked door all the way down and to the right of the shaft. But now we have this little ball thing. I shouldn't have done that because it's just going to go right out the door. I always do that. Alright, let's try something different. Go that way this time. Of course, just like the last one of these we saw, the objective is to get it all the way down to the bottom. And in order to do this, we have to play pinball. Please continue going down, thank you. Make my life a little bit easier. I probably shouldn't have opened that, because it'll just get stuck in here now. Oh no, there it goes. Are you really just you're really gonna do this? Alright, buddy. Buddy. Get out. Get in there. Open the door. Thank you. Now this puzzle is a little bit tricky. I forget. I guess I will just use the power bomb to reveal it. There's a lot to this puzzle, and I usually don't get it the first try, so I try to reveal as much of it as possible and break these so it's easier for me to do. Essentially what you want to do is get a shine spark here, store it, jump up, and then use it there. The problem is getting it down there. So you have to store it on this ledge, jump off, spark left, store it on the slope, jump up, and then spark through those blocks. At that point you're not finished, but it'll make things a little bit easier. Ah, I missed it. That part is always tricky for me, just that one particular jump. Being able to... You can't spark downwards, by the way, so you can't go out the entrance. And there are super missile blocks here. So now the tricky part. You want to get down here and then spark right with the ball, because that'll open up these. And I made sure to run all the way to the right so that when I spark, when you do a ball spark, you go up a little bit, and occasionally you'll bonk against the ceiling. So I usually wait until I'm at the lowest part of the tunnel. And then it's difficult to keep the spark there and also break the blocks, so I'm usually content to... Really? I'm usually content to just get the pickup first, and how did I break that twice without storing it? Maybe I'm holding the direction for too long. That's how you get through there. And while we're here, we're so conveniently directly underneath the secret that we could have accessed all along that probably bothered everybody to no end that I didn't get immediately. You can just roll through there, no problem. And since we have power bombs, we can destroy this puzzle like it's nothing. You're supposed to go through each step one by one. And this shows you where the spider ball would have been. So it would have been your indication that you have to loop all the way back around and come back down here. But fortunately for us, that's all the cleanup we have to do in the Golden Temple, so I'll meet you back at the distribution center, I guess. I guess I should point out, before we go back there, the easiest way back is through here. I almost completely forgot that this is where the distribution center checkpoint was. It'll send us right back down here. So I think we've explored, or we've done all of the cleanup we really need to, question mark, maybe. I think we have. There's one other thing, one last thing to point out here. This doesn't go anywhere. You can't access it. And it's thought that possibly in a later update of the game it would have served some use. But for now it's completely useless to us. Now all that's left is just continue through the distribution center. See if we can't find everything that's left to be found here. Please get out, get over there. Thank you. So this leads us back out of the distribution center, and I guess while we're here, I'll lay that power bomb to show you it's further to the left, isn't it? I'm guessing it is. Yeah, there it is. So you see those speed boost blocks? We have to shine spark from... I forget exactly where it is on the floor we have to shine spark from. Come on, Samus, you can do it. I think it's here. One off. Alright, let's get it right this time. Third block. Here's your missile. Is there anything else we want to get up here before we go down? I mean, there is that one secret in there. We'll probably work our way back around to it after we go through the area down here that I avoided. Because now that we have the gravity suit, this area is nothing. And I forget, do we want to go through here? I think we... Oh, I didn't want to break that. No, there's a missile in there. Dang. There's a missile in there I want. I used to think that you had to do the spin jump to get through here rather than just sparking straight, because I would always shine spark at the wrong height. But no, you can. Perfectly fine. I guess that wasn't enough speed to get through. I think we're good. So we're in another area where the spider ball is going to prove useful to get through. And see that we have all those breakable blocks that would prevent our progress otherwise, so if we want to get through here, spider ball's the way to go. And do we need power bombs in here? I don't remember. I guess not. Thinking of a later area. But this is the part where I think the puzzles get the most fun. All the little things that you pick up, all the secrets and tricks of the trade that you've learned, everything's put to the test here. Giant arena, that's certainly not going to be used for a boss fight anytime soon. And this thing we can't do anything with. At least not without... Get the thing, Samus. There you go, the Ice Beam. So again, not only does it freeze enemies, it also does extra damage. And the wonderful thing about the Ice Beam in AM2R relative to just about every other Metroid game is that the Ice Beam is not used to freeze enemies. Well, this guy looks familiar. Ceres, an amphibian predator capable of reaching ultra-high speeds, making it the fastest animal on SR-388. The layer of skin on its underside serves as a respiratory organ and sensitive to sudden drops in temperature. Its many eyes and segmented body allow great efficiency in vision and body movement. When a Ceres moves to a new location, it digs passages to channel water from its previous home to prevent dehydration. This behavior likely flooded the distribution center. So, if you've played Metroid Fusion, you probably remember this guy. What you may not have realized is he was originally from this planet, and although he was not in the original Metroid 2, he's here in AM2R. So the objective here is to freeze as much of his body as possible with the Ice Beam, and then fire at him when he's vulnerable now that his underside has been exposed to cold temperatures. Maybe I'll start using supers. I forget at what point is best to use the... It's also at this point your beam becomes strong enough that you may not even want to bother using the missiles anymore. Because your normal beam is really powerful. I'm wondering if I'm actually doing him damage or if I didn't expose enough of his body to make it worthwhile. Ah, there we go, that's fine. So Ceres is a bit of a joke in this game. I think they were planning on making him more difficult in later updates, but that's the Ceres we got. I guess there's one more place for us to explore up here. And, is there a thing in here? No. Actually, there are a couple things in here. Let's come back when we have super missiles. I'd much prefer that. We should get a save point at some point. There we go. So I think we'll just take care of those two things that happen to be in the room down there, and then we'll call it an episode. You could probably guess what they are. Oh, you take more than 2 super missiles now. That's wonderful. Okay, how about we drag you up here? But usually when I get to these 2 Gamma Metroids, I don't have the gravity suit yet. So this fight is especially difficult, as you can imagine, when you don't have mobility in water. But that's usually how I fight this guy, although that's not how I usually intend to fight this guy. Or should I say guys? But I think that'll do it. We've destroyed all the Metroids in this area. I mean, there are a couple of places left to go. You know what, let's keep going. Let's pick up the one secret that we missed and see what else is in the rest of the distribution center. I don't want to leave anything undone in here. But yeah, the one thing I love about the Ice Beam now, enemies don't get in your way when you destroy them with the Ice Beam. They just become completely passable and die. They don't get in your way. They don't block you with a platform. You don't have to do any annoying kind of frozen enemy platforming shenanigans. So the Ice Beam actually feels like a proper weapon upgrade rather than something that just got in your way. Which always seemed to be the case whenever you got the Ice Beam, especially in games like Super Metroid, where it was more common for players to just turn the darn thing off because they couldn't be bothered with it. Also not recommended that you do that. But it's a very nice change that the Ice Beam doesn't feel like an impediment in this game. How far do I have to backtrack to get that thing again? I'd also like to add just how satisfying it is to go through all of the enemies in here with the Ice Beam and the Screw Attack. It's just so cathartic to run through this area and destroy everything that gave you so much trouble before. Yeah, but this is the only thing that we came back here for, and it's personally one of my least favorite items in the game, because you have to have the Screw Attack to come back here, and it's so difficult to make your way back to this one particular area. But I believe that pretty much does it for... You know what? There is one thing we have to do left in the industrial complex, so I guess we'll get that out of the way next time. But I don't believe there's anything else in previous areas we necessarily have to take care of, unless I'm forgetting something incredibly stupid. I guess we can go down there. We never explored down there, too. So many places we have left to go. But they're gonna have to wait until next time. This is UniversalGiant, and I'll see you then.